Tuesday headlines around the WNBA. It was a historic night in Boston. The first ever WNBA game played inside TD Garden. It was a sellout crowd, more than 19,000 on hand for the Connecticut Sun hosting the Los Angeles Sparks. I was trying to find the actual number to see if it did make history in terms of attendance marks in the WNBA. I was unable to find that. Maybe we can here, but there's only been 5 games since 2008 that have had more than 19,100 fans in attendance in the W. So maybe history last night, regardless of what we can say. As you see that packed arena, TD Garden was the spot to be last night. And the Sun victorious 69-61. 19,156, third most attended game in the WNBA this season, courtesy of our producer, Joe Frizo. Good with the numbers there. Not so much with this. We're not going to get into that again. But Connecticut, a victory inside TD Garden. Donnie, we told you yesterday, keep an eye on that total in the mid-150s. Stayed well under the Sun, the best defensive team in the W.
It's always an interesting outlook, too, because we knew the Sun were a much, much better team than the Sparks, and the Sparks really looked to probably just getting beaten around like a piñata the rest of the season. But you see that final score, 69-61. They kept it close and covered that number, but you say to yourself, was that more of we're playing in a different atmosphere as opposed to what we're used to? We're not in our home arena. We're going on the road. It's a big environment, and maybe they don't play just as well as they should have, because you see that third quarter, Ben, 12-11. That is a really low-scoring quarter by any means here in the WNBA. But still, if you're looking for the Sun, 20th win on the season, they got the victory. That's what's expected. You played in front of a big crowd, and the WNBA continues to draw eyeballs. That's a good thing for the league.
Yeah, there was a little bit of promise, DRS, for the Sparks. Of course, Cam Brink, who was the second overall pick. Rakia Jackson out of Tennessee, also drafted early by the Sparks. I believe 4th overall. Of course, Cam Brink out for the year with a torn ACL. They started off 4-7, a young team earning their lumps. They have lost 15 of their last 17. Dejanay Carrington, leading scorer for Connecticut, 19 points. She was critical, and rightfully so, of the WNBA's lack of promotion. For a historic night inside TD Garden, she showed out for the crowd in Beantown. The New York Liberty continue to stack up the wins, 24-4. Now the record for New York, best mark in the WNBA. They've won 7 straight games, all 3 since returning from the Olympic break, hammering last night the Dallas Wings at home by 20, 94-74, covering even as a 13.5-point favorite.
Yeah, we thought we might get some blowouts yesterday because we had some high lines, and the Liberty certainly were in line for one of those. Also thought the Sun were probably in line for a blowout victory. But again, Liberty playing on their home court, the Sun not. Maybe that made a difference. 94-74. Are they the best team now in the WNBA? The odds makers starting to turn that corner from looking at the Aces now over to the Liberty. 24-4 on the season. It's a pretty good ball club there.
2 teams in the W have won at least 20 games. Connecticut with the win last night, New York the most. They have 24. And the Seattle Storm, who got a win yesterday on the road in D.C. against the Mystics, add Gabby Williams. If you remember Gabby Williams, even from recently in the Olympic Games, she was the star for France. She made the long jumper with her foot on the line in the gold medal game against the Americans as time expired. Last played in the W for Seattle last year. She has been re-signed by the Storm. The Storm 18-10, 5th best record, 4th best record, the 2-time reigning WNBA title winners. The Las Vegas Aces, they are 17-9, and the Minnesota Lynx have the 3rd best record in the WNBA, 19 wins for Minnesota. A matchup tonight in Sin City. The Aces, a 6-point home favorite. The over-under, 167.5. Las Vegas has been home for its first 3 games since the Olympic break. They lost to New York on Saturday, turned around on Sunday for a win over the Sparks. What do we expect tonight in a difficult place to get a win? Michelob Ultra Arena.
Yeah, it seems to take a look at the FanDuel New Jersey opening number, somewhere around 2.5, maybe one of those blink ones that just gets recorded there, but as high as 6 now, as we're showing here at the FanDuel Sportsbook, got a total of 167.5. I think the Aces are better than what they showed, obviously, against New York. So if we're looking at the Lynx home court, looking at the home court advantage versus the Lynx, I think they get the job done tonight. I think they can win this game by close to double digits.
jaWilson to record a double-double. It's minus 330. Yeah. Nafisa Collier for Minnesota is minus 130. She is back now for the Lynx. Of course, was a member of the gold-winning team for the United States over in Paris. The Aces 17-9. The defense has not been great this year. Second best price to win the WNBA championship at plus 190. The gap is starting to widen. New York in front. They are the favorites. Vegas second best number.